What's good, YouTube? American RX at it again. How you doing? Um, Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for viewing. Shout out to Darkman XTV. Shout out to the ICCC. Shout out to all my wild Indians, West Indians, mainland Indians. You know what I'm saying? Get your head right. You know what I'm saying? Get your head right. Time to pull together. Today I'm going to be building on insurrection and tort. Okay, so what is insurrection? Okay, let's get to it. Insurrection Act, an executive power to respond to force to natural disasters. Daniel Crockett. Okay? Abstract. In the wake of Hurricane Katrina, Congress amended Insurrection Act of 1807. So, Insurrection Act was first passed in 1807. Okay? I guess that's around the time of Civil War and all that stuff with the American Revolutionary War and all that stuff. But the point is, right? Look, they amended it on the wake of Hurricane Katrina, and that was I think in Louisiana, right? Or New Orleans, I think. So these acts are passed whenever our people are in. It's always when our people, our kind, our people that look like us are in distress. They pass these acts. Okay. The reason why I'm bringing this up, I'm trying to say a lot of you in the streets protesting, you're getting drawn in, you're getting set up, right? Setting you up. A lot of them are crisis actors, placed in certain locations, right? I've seen a video where police are stocking bricks to place them in a particular place, area, or a point, like points, like so people could literally go there and throw bricks. You know what I'm saying? So to my people, my Indians out there, be careful, all right? They're being set up, okay? This was all orchestrated for you to react this way, all right? So the act enables the president to deploy the military to suppress in any state any insurrection, okay? Domestic violence, right? Unlawful combination or conspiracy. The amended act expands the language of the original act to include natural disasters, okay? Pay attention, all right? Pay attention, because what they do now, they manipulate the weather, right? So they could have natural disasters, right? Your hurricanes, right? Right? They control the weather with their HARP devices, right? Epidemics, okay? What's the epidemic? The coronavirus. So the coronavirus itself, or should I say, the crown virus that they speak of, right? That is for them to deploy. That's insurrection in itself. Okay, this is why they created these viruses, these natural disasters, right? Because whenever they can't get you to riot, they're gonna have a disease. You know what I'm saying? So they could implement what they need to implement to get the army out there, right? To keep you restrained, right? Because you as a people don't pull together. You need to stop the bickering, start reading a book, pay attention, right? Or other serious public health emergencies, terrorist attack, right? So when you're in the streets rioting or breaking in the stores, right, destroying your own neighborhoods. I see a lady, she can't get food for her baby, and she looked just like me and you, right? And she said, a few guys, some dudes pulled guns on her that look like me and you, okay? Or incidents or other condition. Opponents of the amendment, most notable, are all 50 governors, right? criticized the amendment as a presidential power grab. Okay? As a presidential power grab. Meaning it's like a dictator type of dictatorship kind of strategy. You know what I'm saying? Aimed at suppressing the power of the states and increasing the role of the military in domestic affairs. This paper argues that the amendment to the Insurrection Act does not affect the president's existing powers to deploy the military domestically. Instead, this paper argues that the amendment merely clarifies the situation that justified the use of the military to respond to domestic disorder. An analysis of historical use of the Act and the Act's language indicates that justification for presidential action prior to the amendment focused on the extent rather than the source of the domestic disorder. Okay? The changes made in October 2006, right, provide explicit examples of situations that may lead to events of public disorder justifying the president's invocation of the Act's authority. Okay? In addition, political and historical limitations, along with limitations in the Act itself, will restrict presidential abuse of the power. Right? Thus, the uproar over the recent changes to the Insurrection Act and the fears of martial law are unfounded. Okay? Introduction. Hurricane Katrina raised serious questions about the power of the president to use federal troops to respond to natural disasters. During the hurricane, security concerns, both real and perceived, delayed the disaster response and detracted from the primary focus of saving lives. For example, on August 31st, 2005, the New Orleans police force was called off its search and rescue mission to respond to looting. As the White House report, the federal response to Hurricane Katrina stated, security concerns suspended search and rescue mission, delayed the restoration of communications infrastructure, needed medical support missions. Ultimately, the number of troops who responded to Hurricane Katrina constituted the largest domestic deployment since the Civil War. Right. Oh, when you see they're doing all that weather modification, right? These hurricanes, these storms, right? They are not natural, okay? They're induced, right? They're induced, just like these viruses. They're induced, okay, to invoke Insurrection Act, right? So you don't even have to be rioting for it to be invoked. All you need is a natural disaster or an epidemic like a virus. Okay? Pay attention, man. They're setting you up. Alright? They're setting you up. Big time. Alright? And the virus wasn't really doing it quick enough. So they figured out a way how to get the people to get riled up. You know what I'm saying? Get them out in the street. You know, they're labeling you all as domestic terrorists, right? So what does that mean? When you're labeled a terrorist, the army or the government use that as an excuse to declare war on you. I hear that they're talking about airstrikes and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all people gotta wake up, man. You're destroying your own communities. You won't even have food to eat. Just watch. You ain't gonna have food. COVID-19 already had a food shortage. With this on top of that, there won't be no food. You destroy the food. You destroy the markets, you destroy the stores that have the food. You'll be starving. I know you can't get out your house because the soldiers will be deployed all over your streets. Right? And they're gonna shoot you on sight because you're labeled as a domestic terrorist. Y'all gotta wake up, man. You think this is a game? By September 15, nearly 15,000 active duty personnel had been deployed to the disaster area, despite the widespread reports of looting and general lawlessness. Federal law limited the role of active duty troops to rescue and evacuation activities, emergency treatment of casualties, emergency restoration of power, debris removal, food distribution, roadway control, and emergency communications, right? So they implement how to invoke insurrection. Okay? Now, if you're being attacked by policy enforcers, right? They violate your rights, they shoot you down on the street, they hurt you, they damage your property. There's different ways of approaching this, people. Okay? There's an intelligent way of approaching this, which is way more effective than what you're doing right now. Okay? This form right here is called Standard Form 95. Okay? Claim for damage, injury, or death. Okay? Whenever any one of these federal employees, because an officer is a federal employee. Once you have a social security, you're a federal employee, okay? And you're in that capacity as an officer, right? You can make tort claims, okay? You want to know what a tort is? Let me help you out. This is an instruction of filling out the tort claim, okay? You could put Google this. I'm gonna leave the link in the description for the form. Okay, you make your claims on that. All right, you make claims as a man and woman. You make claims. You don't complain. You make your claim. State your claim. Okay. All right. Part is. Whenever they cause you harm, okay, there is. You gotta be strategic, man. You gotta be strategic, okay? You can't just get in your emotions and not be strategic about what you're doing. You need effect, okay? They're the cause and you're the effect. You know what I'm saying? When you should be the cause and let them be the effect. Okay? Switch it around on them. A tort in common law jurisdiction is a civil wrong that causes a claimant to suffer loss or harm, right? So I'm not gonna use the word suffer because suffer means you allow it to happen. So this is from Wikipedia. It's not even from a law book, but I'm gonna just rock with it for now, okay? Loss or harm resulting in legal liability for the person who commits the tortious act. It can include intentional infliction or emotional distress, negligence, financial losses, injuries, invasion of privacy, and many other things. All right, so those are the ingredients for tort. That gentleman that was unfortunately lost his life, right? His family could file a tort claim, right? And have them hold everyone accountable on that entire from the sheriff of that county to the attorney general to going up to the federal. You know what I'm saying? And still get justice as far as indicting those policy enforcers, right? They have no right to put their hand on nobody or approach nobody unless somebody is harmed, and unless you cause harm to someone. Okay? Tort law, a suit where the purpose of a legal action is to obtain a private civil remedy, such as damages, may be compared to a criminal law, which deals with criminal wrongs. Okay? So when they do criminal wrongs, which is murder, okay, you could put a tort claim in. Okay? As I said, I'm gonna put this form in the description. Okay? I'm upload it for you guys, so you could have access to it and read it. Right? Break it down. Right? You could even edit the certain words if you don't like. You just put a line through it. Okay? But certain legal terms. Now, so create your own tort claim. Create your own form then, if you're not comfortable with this one. But I'm just showing you that there are different ways to approach, many ways to skin the cat. Okay? So I'm gonna get back to here. Despite widespread reports of looting